Coming up, our first signee for 2013 from Eastlake High School, quarterback Pete DiNovo. We'll talk about him when we come back right after this. Back on UCF Signing Day TV, Marc along with Hughes, the Director of Player Personnel for UCF football. And exciting day, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of guys to talk about. Let's begin with some of the players that have come in as early signees that we're looking forward to. Pete DiNovo, a lot of people excited about Pete. What can you tell us about him?
Pete DiNovo, you know, he's an incredible young man. You know, you can't put a measure on getting a guy in mid-year. You know, Pete came over during the summertime. He came over for a camp. We watched him throw. We were blown away. Obviously, over the summer camp circuit, things continued to develop. This was a guy that we knew we had to get on right away. You know, Pete is a guy that set the passing record this year in Pinellas County, defeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers former quarterback Sean King. So he's a guy that's very intangible. You know, he understands the game. You know, you watch his tape, you see him breaking down coverages. He knows his primary read, secondary read. Very, very cognitive football player.
Drew, he seemed like a guy that openly wanted to be a Knight, always talked about being a Knight, and seemed like he was just a great ambassador for UCF even before he became a Knight officially. Absolutely, Mark. You know, one of the things with this class that really stands out, and Pete was really influential in that, is these guys, as they committed, they recruited themselves. They got in contact with each other. They said, you know, hey, let's build something special with this 2013 class. Pete was one guy that really set the bar. You know, he knew he wanted to be at UCF from day one. It didn't take long right after Coach O'Leary, you know, offered him. He said, hey, Coach, this is where I want to be. And he's been influential in regards to getting the rest of these guys, the rest of his classmates on board. Just a great overall kid. The progression of his junior season to senior year and now as he comes to college, what's the next step for a guy that had such a great prep career that now he adjusts to the college game? Well, you know, one thing, Mark, with kids that come in mid-year, it shows a sign of maturity. Again, there's nothing wrong with coming in mid-year or coming in June with the majority of the class. But he had taken care of things academically. Now he's making a big step to come in December. He's already here at UCF. He's going to get a spring practice underneath his belt. But more importantly, from a physical standpoint, he's going to be a couple of weeks in the weight room, a couple of weeks in agilities, off-season programs. So from a physical standpoint, he's really going to help himself in that regard. Talented player among those that highlight the UCF class for 2013, 6'3", 205, the quarterback from Eastlake, Pete DiNovo. For a complete recap of all the news happening on this signing day, be sure to log on right here at UCFathletics.com. Follow on Twitter all day long at UCF_football.